when I first learned about this situation a couple of days ago, it really had my blood boiling, and it's really disgusting. And this was textbook hate crime, and it's a textbook hate crime in a living color. And in case you don't know what happened out in Gettysburg College, you had a swimmer who reportedly had been strapped down, held down, and he had the N-word strapped onto his not strapped onto the, he basically was had the N-word carved into his body with a box cutter. That's what happened. So to provide more information about this, we're going to go on and we're going to go on the land of YouTube, fair use. And yeah, we're just going to get right into the funk, man, because this was disgusting, right? This was disgusting. What's up, Nate Damp? Salute to you. Good to see you this morning. All right, let's get to it. DJ, spin that shit.
At least 2 Gettysburg College students have been suspended from the university swim team over reports of a racist attack. School officials say a racial slur was scratched onto another student's body using some sort of plastic or ceramic tool. Investigators believe this happened during a social gathering on campus. It was reported by other students on the swim team. College president Robert Uliano condemned the attack in a statement, saying there was no place on the campus for demeaning words or action based on identity.
All right, so that's that part. All right, now let's go to the other parts of this video. Right, this was disgusting.
I can't believe that something like this will happen.
Tonight, questions on what happened at Gettysburg College. Officials now investigating what may have been a racially motivated incident. Good evening. I'm Valerie Pritchett.
I'm Alicia Richards. So glad you're with us. Gettysburg College tells us the student who allegedly scratched a racial slur into another student is no longer enrolled at the college. Ireland Viscount is here with our update tonight. Ireland.
Valerie, Alicia, what happened at Gettysburg College has sent shockwaves to the community, especially the students who came up to us wanting to share how they feel following this incident.
I'm beyond. I am mortified. I am furious, horrified, confused, and most of all, disappointed at what's happened.
It was just shocked. We haven't really had any sort of events like that happen. And it's just like a shocking thing that just came out of complete nowhere.
The family of the victim sent a statement to the Gettysburgian, the Gettysburg student newspaper, saying on the evening of Friday, September 6th, our son became the victim of hate crime.
From what I know, the N-word was carved, etched with a box cutter into the bare skin of a colored member of the swim team, one of the only colored members, by someone who they thought was a friend, someone who they could trust.
The family statement confirms this and says it was etched across his chest. Last week, the college said plastic or ceramic tool was used to scratch the slur into the student's body.
I can't fathom as to why someone would go to that length, as to why a monster like this, and there's no more appropriate term to use, would do this to someone else. A person, a human being.
Rosario says he's from Kensington, Philadelphia,
AKA what a lot of people call Zombie Town because of the drug epidemic going on at the moment. But now I can say I probably felt more safe there than here with what just happened.
The college sharing a statement from them and the family. It says in part, a heinous act can serve as a transformative moment for Gettysburg College to live up to ideals of diversity, inclusion, and justice. We pray that together we can arouse a collective conscience, promoting healing and help bring about justice for our son and the rest of the Gettysburg College community. A criminal complaint has not been filed with the Gettysburg police. The department says the victim has decided to let the college handle the matter.
In the family's statement to the Gettysburgian, they say they filed a complaint with the NAACP Harrisburg chapter and the NAACP Pennsylvania Conference, adding they also sent a similar complaint to the Pennsylvania Commission on Human Relations. Alicia.
Just terrible. All right, Ireland, thank you.
What's up? I tell the truth. Yeah, we talked about that about a week and a half ago. Talked about that a week and a half ago. So I don't know why YouTube didn't give you the notification, but yeah, we talked about that case. Hold on, y'all, because my internet being real funky right now, so I might have to switch to my cell phone real quick. But yeah, man, thank everybody for tuning in, man. This was disgusting. This is beyond disgusting. And then what makes it even worse is the family's response to it. You mean to tell me the family don't even want to press criminal charges on these individuals? We don't know who the individuals are. They're keeping their identities concealed, and all they get was expulsion. All they get was expulsion. So there's could be no criminal charges for a hate crime. Kristen Clark ain't gonna get out of her seat and go up to Pennsylvania to investigate this, or someone in her office is not going to investigate this. This is a textbook hate crime. You mean to tell me that the victim, who was black, was held down, and this so-called trusted friend took a box cutter and etched the N-word on his chest with a box cutter? We'll get to that in a minute, Alex Heron. I'm not talking about that right now. We got a very important issue we got to deal with here, because we got people out here that's saying that America is not a racist country. And this is what we got going on. And then the family's response to it was just as disgusting. They're not pressing for criminal charges or anything like that. They sitting up here talking about healing. Healing from what? And shout out to Black Spider for her donation to Cash App. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Really do appreciate that Cash App donations. If you want to donate, there's the Cash App, there's the PayPal. So you mean to tell me no police officers are going to investigate this? There's no DOJ investigation for a hate crime. There's nothing. So we're just going to put out a statement, and we're going to have, some rituals for healing and for whatever else, maybe a candlelight vigil, whatever like that, right? But you got the victim not pressing for criminal charges. The family's not pressing for criminal charges. So they're going to basically, for all intents and purposes, let these guys get away with it. The most punishment that the individuals who did this, all they got was expulsion, which means they can go to another college to do what? Etch another racist trope on another unsuspecting victim? It just, I can't rock with that, man. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable that this continues to go on, and yet you got Tim Scott running around here talking about how America ain't a racist country, and the Black conservatives, why ain't they coming out denouncing this? And why your Congressional Black Caucus ain't denouncing this? Nobody is going to denounce this. We're just going to let this fall down the memory hole as just some one-off, as some anomaly that, okay, we put out a statement saying that, oh, well, racism has no place here. Well, obviously it does, because it keeps on happening. And yet we continue to give our money to these institutions. You give your money, time, effort, and resources to go learn a curriculum that may not always be true or whatever like that. But the fact of the matter is, these dudes did not deserve that kind of treatment. It's just disgusting, man. And it was just, and you know, and the family's response to it was just as abhorrent as the actual act itself. So we're not going to go after these people. We're just going to let them live their life and continue to get away with the shit. I should not be more upset than the victim here. I should not be more upset than the victim. But unfortunately, this is where we at. Where I'm more upset than the victim. YouTube has me under a shadow ban. So I ask you, everybody out there that's watching this video, support the channel. Hit the like button. Share these videos on your social media platforms. YouTube got me under the shadow ban, so you won't know when I'm going live. Unfortunately. So yeah, so it just it really gets on my nerves that this continues on to this very day, and yet our so-called representation don't want to even bring an anti-Black hate crime bill to the table. Don't want to bring reparations to the table. Don't want to bring ending qualified immunity to the table. And we're the most targeted, we're the most victimized when it comes to anti-Black hate crimes. And yet we still can't get none of these tangibles. And yet these you got this phony ass goddamn politician and Kamala Harris sitting up here talking about we got to vote for her. And you got these Shields, plants, operatives, and bootlicks want to browbeat you and guilt trip you and shame you if you have the audacity to question or even much worse, tell them to their face that you're not going to vote for them because you're not giving us what we're looking for. There should be a lot of outrage at this, but there's not. There should be a lot of people boycotting that school. There should be a lot of people really putting the pressure on the chancellors, really putting pressure on the professors, really putting pressure on the dean to get something done. Them dudes getting kicked out of school, it should not be enough. There should be prosecutions on the table. There should be prosecutions, convictions, and prison time. Because that's disgusting. It really is. It really gets under my skin that to this very day, we got this type of shit still going on. And both sides of the aisle, it ain't just Democrats, Republicans do it. All your conservatives out there, your Byron Donalds, your Wesley Hunts, your Tim Scotts, you think they give a fuck about that guy get the goddamn on racist N-word etched onto their chest with a box cutter? And then the family put out that weak statement and all that. I mean, at what point will we start playing games with this shit and start putting pressure on people for things to change around here? Huh? At what point we going to start playing games with this shit? That victim, whoever that victim is, deserves justice. And those individuals need to be brought to the Summer Jam screen. Why are we protecting the victimizers? Why are we protecting the individuals who was involved in this shit? If anything, that whole swim team should have gotten disbanded. I don't care if the swim team reported it. That type of shit going on, there shouldn't even be a swim team. but unfortunately, there's going to continue to be a swim team. And then where was the coach in that? Where was the coach in that? Where was the coach or the coaches and the trainers and all? Where were they all there at? Huh? The whole thing need to be disbanded. Look, I know about the Dikembe Mutombo news, but we're not talking about that right now. We're trying to stay on subject. There needs to be prosecutions. There needs to be a whole lot of things happening right now that's not. And are we going to sit up here and talk about healing? How are we going to heal? How are we going to heal if we're just going to let these guys get away with it? Healing is not putting out some empty statement saying that, we need to heal and we need to move forward from this. And, we don't claim victimhood and all this other stupid stuff, right? The way we heal from this is that people get fired, people get prosecuted, and then we get our tangibles. That's the only way we can heal from this and the country can move on forward. But again, I should not be more outraged than the family. I should not be more outraged than the victim. I'm gonna read to y'all what the family of the victim said. On Friday afternoon, the family of the student who had a racial slur cut into the body at an informal social gathering of swim team members contacted the Gettysburgian to publicize a statement of the incident, saying their son was the victim of the hate crime. They say the incident occurred 2 weeks ago on Friday, September 6th at a men's swim team social gathering. They said that the perpetrator, who the victim, quote unquote, trusted, used the box cutter to cut the N-word on his chest. They also said that the victim was the only person of color at the gathering. The incident was first reported on Wednesday after the Gettysburgian contacted the college for comment. Additionally, the students who are dismissed from swim team activities amid the college's investigation into the incident includes the victim, according to the family. The Gettysburgian agreed to publish the family statement anonymously to protect the identity. Their statement is in entirety unedited and is published below. So this is what the family said. 2 weeks ago, on the evening of September 6th, our son became the victim of a hate crime. The incident took place at a gathering of swim team members. It is important to note that he was the only person of color at this gathering. The reprehensible act was committed by a fellow student athlete, someone he considered his friend, someone he trusted. The student used the box cutter to etch the N-word across the chest. And less than 48 hours after the incident, our son was interviewed by members of the coaching staff and summarily dismissed from the swim team. The punitive action that was taken prior to the commencement of the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities on investigation. This does not appear to have followed the policies and procedures stated in the Gettysburg College Student Athlete Manual. As we wait to discuss the decisions made by college staff, the harm continues without much relief. Media outlets continue to perpetuate misinformation stemming from an act of racial animus. In the same vein, the isolation that pairs with being isolated from many in the Gettysburg College community that he had come to trust deepens the harm. We want to be clear that we understand that the investigation should not be rushed. We support a fair and thorough investigation to this, and we appreciate the standardized procedures and protocols that are in place. We know that we are meant to ensure that the rights and responsibilities of all parties involved are maintained and protected. At the same time, we have been proactive in seeking redress to other parties. Complaints citing racial discrimination, harassment, and lack of due process has been filed with the NAACP Harrisburg chapter and the NAACP Pennsylvania Conference. We've also filed a similar complaint with the Pennsylvania Commission of Human Relations. We are well aware that we retain the right to pursue local, federal, and state criminal charges in this matter. We have come forward now with this statement in the expectation that it will add clarity, not stir controversy as we struggle to comprehend the nightmare that haunts our son and the family. We remain hopeful that Gettysburg College officials will maintain transparency, which they won't, and execute a just application of its rules. Our son had choices where he could mature intellectually, socially, spiritually, and achieve his athletic goals. He chose Gettysburg College and the swim program because he felt at home on this campus. Well, I don't think he feels at home now, don't he? Indeed, we appreciated how we were welcomed by other swim team parents, swimmers, and coaching staff. It appeared to be the right choice on several levels for the sake of our son's well-being. We are attempting to address the recent challenges by mirroring our son's spirit of humility and courage. Our son did not choose to have a hateful racial slur scrawled across his chest, but he has chosen to return or not to return to the hate. Or he has chosen to not to return the hate. He did not choose the color of his skin tone, but he has chosen to embrace the strength and diversity it represents. What kind of... Our son did not choose to be shunned and isolated at the behest of some who pay lip service to inclusion and diversity. We would be remiss to not point out that there are, thankfully, students who have reached out and expressed their concern for our son's well-being. The individuals have chosen to resist pressure from others and not associate with him. In the family's eyes, they stopped to help our son in his time of need. They have displayed courage and grace at such a young age, and their actions should be celebrated, not discouraged. Our family apologizing in advance to the statement who offended. Why are y'all apologizing? See, they go that bullshit, right? Our family apologizes in advance if the statement offends anyone. What do you mean? What are you apologizing for? You guys are the victims. You shouldn't have to apologize to anybody. What the hell? See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's why a lot of these white supremacists get away with the shit they get away with, because they're sitting up here, well, you know, we don't mean to offend anybody. But anyway, we seek forgiveness if we were believed to be as true as bearing false witness. What are you talking about? That is not our intent. Rather, our intent is that in some small way, a heinous act can serve as a transformative moment for Gettysburg College to live up to its ideas of diversity, inclusion, and justice. To celebrate the college maxim to do great work, we pray that together we can arouse a collective conscience promoting healing and help bring about justice for our son and the rest of the Gettysburg community. Who wrote, I wonder, man, look, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Because this right here, this thing right here is why these guys could go and get away with it. This statement right here that family put out is why they're going to get away with it. So what was it? Was it some money? They give you an undisclosed amount of money, so that will be quiet, huh? That'll keep you quiet. If we just front you some money, get you some little perks along the way and all that. So yeah, it was a social gathering. So yeah, more likely the coach won't be there. So I take back what I said about that, because normally in them type of social gatherings, if the coach is there, then he runs the risk of a conflict of interest, fraternization. So all in all, the coach shouldn't be there. So can't really blame the coach, right? But still, that school, if I'm that school, if I'm the dean or the chancellor or whatever like that, I'm disbanding that whole team. There will not be a swim team on that campus. Absolutely not. There will not be a swim team on that campus. If I was the dean, but I'm not the dean, all they're gonna do is put out some empty statement saying that, hey, there's no place for racism and we don't tolerate that, and you know, we have a diverse group of individuals here who empowers this school, and we love our school. We love the people who attend this school. And the individuals involved, they're not here anymore. So yeah, they get to go to another college to do what? Carve another racist epitaph on someone else's chest? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So yeah, you guys let me know what y'all think, man. Because I just there's so much I really want to say, but I got to be careful because YouTube definitely got me on watch. So I got to be real careful what I say, right? And for any funky white supremacists that will come in here, and try to guilt trip us and all that. Look, you take that somewhere else, right? I ain't meant to be family friendly. I meant to tell the truth, and that's how I'm going to do it. If you don't like it, well, that is too bad. Don't watch it. Go somewhere else. If you don't like it, now if you like it, come on in. We welcome you, right? But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this story. If you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure to subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. And once again, thank you to the Black Spider for her donation to Cash App. If you want to donate, the Cash App and PayPal addresses are down below. This your man. Scream at me. All right.